Well, welcome viewers. Today, gonna have a look at this Frankenstein battery charger, which we bought at the car boot sale. And if you look at one of our previous videos, recent finds, I think it's called, or latest finds maybe, we checked it out, and it does appear to work. But there are some things that need sorting out with it, so take it apart and have a quick look today. So this is a strange mixture of cables. Do a very short mains lead, this there, which that does need change, and then we've got this absolutely enormous charging lead, which is about 4 meters long or something. So there are also some screws on the bottom. So these, you can just see these bolts here. I'm pretty sure these are for holding on the transformer. So I don't think we'll take those off. But this should, these ones between it now, this should release the cover. And I think somebody's been in here because these are not particularly tight. Okay, so what we have here is a very old style charger. I would reckon this is possibly 50's. The reason I say that is because the little knob on the front there is Bakelite, and you've got the round dial on it, and you've also got these look like the old Selenium diodes inside there. I don't think they're semiconductors. So the output wire is a pretty good wire. It's too long, so I am going to dock to the other end. I'm not going to take this off because it's quite up. So what you see here, in fact you can just see down through there, look, this is the actual switch where we've got all those different levels. So you've got the mains coming into the winding just here, and then you've got the switch, and if you look at the other side of the transformer, you can see you've got quite a few different options for switching out different output levels off the transformer. That's actually probably quite a rare transformer. If you tried to buy one of those, you probably would struggle. So it's a good job it's still working. If I were to replace this and rebuild the charger inside, then I would probably use a modern transformer, which probably wouldn't have as many windings on it as that, and then the switch wouldn't work on the front quite as well. So a couple of the other things wrong with this. First one is the mains lead is too short, so that's going to need to be taken off, and this switch is a little bit loose, and so is the little round dial there. That might be a replacement because that's white plastic, but it might be white Bakelite, so maybe that's the reason why, I'm not sure. Apart from that, it is otherwise probably just a bit of a clean up. So as I recall, these rather old-fashioned knobs should just unscrew. If it was just undo a screw on there, that should just come off. Okay, that's your pin. Looks like all the original screws in it too. So you look at that, there's like a fuse in there which is obviously blown, and somebody's put a wire across it. So just here we have a fuse which is kind of on two little pins, and there's a wire across it, so it's obviously blown in the past. It's probably glass too, actually. So I found this with socket set, and you'd think that would fit, wouldn't you? But it actually doesn't fit, which is a strange one. It doesn't fit. Well, that's pretty useless, isn't it? Well, the socket actually fits, so we are going to use a pipe grip. So I'm using a socket because that is really on there. I'm not joking, it is really on there. So if anyone's interested, that was a 1/4 inch width. Okay, so I'm going to cut these leads because I'm going to shorten the thing anyway. This cable is nearly 4 meters long. What on earth are we doing with that long? I have no idea. So if you look just here, probably can't see that well, but it says the 1st of February 1963. So that means I'm not too far off with the dates. This probably was made in the 50s, late 50s maybe, and some repair technician's been working on this in 1963. So you can see there's a bolt through there, and the neutral wire goes to the case. Seems to be okay. So we've got all that ready. I need to push that back through the case again and put some tie wraps on it. And then we've steadied up the voltmeter there, the ammeter there, so it doesn't move too much. And a couple of tie wraps on it. That's good. So the front face has been cleaned up a bit and waxed, so it should come up nice and shiny now. Knob to put back on eventually, maybe not just now. But, so I think we need to clean up the main case and then put the screws back in. I'm probably not going to show you that because it's not very interesting. So here I have the charger bolted back together. So this is no longer loose. This is no longer loose. And we've got the little peg there that's all been cleaned up and everything for swapping the voltages over. And the fuse has been checked out. It's got fuse wire going across it because the original tiny fuse, 500 milliamp fuse, I'm not really sure where to get one of those. So now I'll have a quick test of it, make sure it all works. So I've got a new, slightly longer plug on it, slightly better condition as well. We shortened the main leads and they've all been done as well, quite nicely. All the old wires have been taken off and resoldered and everything. Alright, ready for the big switch on. There we go, 12 volts charging, 13, nearly 14, 15, 16. Of course that's a voltmeter, so there's no current going through that really to speak of. So if we lift this out and put it in the other way like that, then we've got 11.3, 9, nearly 10, 8.4, 7.67 and 6.46. So the law's saying you've really got quite a trickle charge going on there. So I'm going to try this on the van and see how it looks. Obviously not with the 6 volts, but don't know if there's much change, but makes me wonder whether that ammeter is working. Oh, on 6 volt, that's why. So I am quite a long way from the switch because I've got quite a long lead here. So if I push that on, you can see the ammeter comes up just there. So if I then turn the crank, you can see with the different voltages you get slightly higher charging currents.
and that's actually a bit unhealthy at that end. You probably don't want it at that sort of rate, really. I would say about number 2 there is probably a good charge, but you can trickle charge it at that rate. That's excellent, that is working though, superb. Well viewers, this is a fantastic old battery charger made by Gordon Equipments Limited London, and it's still working today. It does not contain semiconductors apparently. And it has 5 different settings on it, all of which seem to be working. The 6 volts seem to be working, and it's a nice old thing. It was probably made around 1957, 58, something like that. And that's the end of this little video, folks, so thanks very much for watching. Bye.